So I made a video yesterday about the rising unemployment rates amongst Black women, and the response that I got was definitely very alarming. There were a lot of negative, comments, and most of these comments were really coming from Black men who were saying things like it's because because Black women have bad attitudes. It's because DEI. It's because AI is taking over, and many of which just miss the whole thing. Like, who cares? Nobody cares. It's time for Black women to be taken down a notch. And it was really alarming because the point of me posting that statistic was to get us to think critically about what's really happening.
Nah, you don't want to think critically about what's really happening, because we've been telling you. You've been gassed up. Everything that you've received in the past 50 to 60 years was for the sole purpose of propping you up above your man so that you would feel comfortable disrespecting him and not even needing him, which has ultimately resulted in the destruction of your community, your family, and your children. And now you're trying to figure out what's going on. Now that the smoke is cleared, you want to know what's going on. Well, it's very simple. The powers that be no longer need you. It's that simple. You are now in a place where you don't care about being married to the Black man. You don't care about his leadership. You don't even care about him raising your sons and daughters properly. Everything that they gave you, from affirmative action to government assistance to government jobs to more access to corporate America, which they don't give us, has given you the attitude that you don't need us, which has ultimately resulted in you unwittingly playing a role in the destruction of your own community. Quite frankly, you made a deal with the devil. Don't be mad at us now that he's back to collect.
All right. First and foremost, I'm going to say all praises be to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rokah Kodash. And then I'm going to say double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the sincere elect, teaching the truth, faith, and sincerity. All right. And, and shalom unto the, those that are of the Lord's elect worldwide, man. And, a quick topic I want to speak on is based upon these proud women out here, man, and how for a long time they've been comfortable under Esau, especially Eve. They've been comfortable under Esau, even going as far as to the point where a big part of them act like men and think even think they're men and think they're better than men. But as we can see, as the world gets worse and things get more and more harsh, more food cuts, more and more people losing their jobs, and things are about to get worse out here, like in this world. And a lot of these proud women out here going soon realize, one, they ain't men, and two, that they need men. But really, in this time of trouble that's about to come, when everything gets worse and society as we know it completely breaks down, really the man that they gonna really want is an Israelite man of the Lord that's of his elect. Because even these average everyday men out here, like in this world, even they gonna be through. Really, the only time a person gonna be good and stable in this time is if they're of the Lord's elect. And for you women out here, if you're paired with one of the Lord's men, which is not like a privilege that all these women out here go and have. It, it's that privilege is only gonna be for a few, those that are in a meek spirit, but in terms of these women out here that are puffed up and proud and got their comforts from Esau, their benefits that they experience, right? These government plans and monies and grants and benefits, which they mainly get. As more and more lose their jobs, and as things get worse, things are gonna get even harder and harder and harder. And then that's when these proud ones out here, right, gonna truly realize that they actually gonna need a man, right? You know what I mean? So anyway, the first clip I want to play here, which I'm gonna play a few of these clips maybe at the start of the video and the end, but the first clip I'm gonna play here is this clip, actually. All right, and a lady like this, a butch, a man, like a masculine man like this, that's actually acting, right? And in time to come, a lady like this in this spirit gonna just be trampled upon, man. Which even this, Jake, the fact that he's even speaking to her and seeing, even attempting to, he should have eyes to see that this woman is a demon. But of course, Jake don't, because he's blinded. But like a lady like this, man, when shit hits the fan, right? When there's food shortages, when there's people starving of famine, like man, a woman like this might just starve to death, man. I'm gonna keep it real.
So bitches now they can't even take their shoes off inside of the club.
But anyway, before I play that video, let me just read this quick scripture first. This is Isaiah 32:2. A man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as the rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Yeah, so that's how it's gonna be, man. And really, when really that man is really referring to is the Israelite man of the Lord's elect, that the Lord gonna put the hedge around. All right, and that even ties into Isaiah 13 when it says, "Make a man more precious than fine gold," because in that time when shit hits the fan, starvation, mass famine around earth, these proud cities and places get their judgments, and shit hits the fan. When everything out here is like wild west, right? Like we've seen in like the Book of Eli and other films, the Road and such. Really, the Lord's gonna protect those that are of His elect. And like on this side, when the scripture speaks about 7 women shall take hold of one man, that's gonna start off like on this side when shit hits the fan, but we are moving in the spirit. That's when these women out here going, come to us, man, and try and be under, our spirit. But really, those that are puffed up and proud gonna be just left to just be judged. Really, the only ones that gonna get, basically any hope of being under our spirit is if they're meek, and if the Lord wants to have mercy upon them by them being in our presence. But like a bitch like this, man, she's through. So let me play this video anyway.
Club, cause a nigga like this talking to me.
What do you mean, nigga like what?
I said, bitches now they can't even take their shoes off inside of the club, cause a nigga like this talking to me.
What do you mean, nigga like what?
I said, get the fuck out my face, right?
What do you mean?
Bitch ass nigga, get the fuck out my face.
What you mean? Like, I'm what are you talking about? What do you mean, baby? I don't know.
Nigga, you got 3.5 seconds for this high heel going in your motherfucking eye socket.
Go on my eye socket. Why would you do that?
Do you think I'm playing?
Nigga, I ain't worried about that, man. You talking about eye socket, I ain't tripping on that.
Okay, but if I say get out my face and you ain't got out my face, why the fuck you still in my face?
I'm trying to figure out why you trying to be so hostile all of a sudden.
Because I don't want to talk to you, bro. Look how close you are to me.
I just walked up. I just walked up.
You been walked up, nigga. I said get the fuck away from me 3 times.
Nothing. I ain't been there.
And you're still here. Just shut the fuck up and keep walking.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to talk to you.
No, I don't want to talk to you.
Go ahead, dude.
Bye. The fuck, weirdo. Your mama, nigga. Your mama, your daddy. I can't hear what the fuck you're saying. Pussy, you're mad because you got rejected. Yeah. The fuck? Ugh, bitch, I hate coming out. I'm going the fuck back inside forever. Forever. Fuck. Like I said, excuse you. What are you talking about?
You can have some fucking manners.
Like I said, excuse you.
You can have some manners.
Like I said, excuse you. What are you
You know what I'm saying, bro?
So as you can see from those two clips, the first Jake was trying to speak to her and get her number, and she just started insulting his mother, insulting his father, saying all manner of shit. And in clip number 2, this bitch walked past that Jake, threw a drink at him and punched him in the face. And it's like, the only way that they feel comfortable in doing this shit is because of the protection they have from their daddy Esau. But guess what? That safety net and comfort net that they've got under this kingdom, that's all about to fade, and it's fading because they both felt comfortable to do what they did, punching a man in the face and insulting him in that manner and doing all manner of shit. Which even the fact that they even that first Jake even spoke to that bitch, I don't know why he did, but anyway, the point is, like, the reason why they both felt comfortable to do what they did is because of the safety net they got with Esau. You see? But when society as we know it breaks down, when there's cannibalism, when there's food shortages, when a lot of these crazy men out of these mental homes and psych wards and prison get out, shit out here gonna be wild, man. And when there's food shortages, when there's famine, when there's cannibalism, shit, that's when they going, want a man to, take care of them. That's when they gonna want to be meek. But guess what? If they're not of the Lord's elect, the Lord's not gonna have mercy upon them to be under spirit and vibe of a man of the Lord, man. I mean, I've got more videos. Let me bring out some scriptures. This is back in Isaiah 32. Let me go to verse 9, and it says, "Rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, you careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech." And those two videos are quick examples of them being the careless daughters. You see, because 999 or 911 is on, is in quick reach on the phone. They feel comfortable in doing that. But what's going to happen when things go left? When there's cannibalism, when there's mass food starvation, when there's famine, when there's race wars, like if you want to call it that, regional, people, having conflicts and martial law and looting and blackouts. You see, blackouts even. When them lights go off. Do you remember, as you saw in that film, The Road, when his wife, finally lost hope, basically, and she just walked out like into the wilderness, and then she's like, if I go out there, they're gonna kill me, they're gonna, me and all of that kind of stuff. Well, that's how things out here gonna be, because when life as it breaks down, all of that, trying to pretend like you're normal out here, people gonna lose their minds, bro. Especially like with the foods people eat and the chemicals in them foods and and how it bugs out people's minds. These jabs and these shots that people have taken, man. When these people don't have their food and their comforts and pleasures, right? When there's power outages and lights go off, right? And there's food shortages, people losing their minds out here. Yo, it's gonna be a scary place out here in this world, man. Especially in Babylon, and like in around this earth, especially in these major cities like London and so on. Things don't get scary out here, man. Right? It says, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the winter shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Yes, so all these goodies and pleasures, especially Eve, man. Right? These goodies and pleasures you got from Daddy Esau, right? They are fading, and they're about to fade. Even remember with these Trump cuts, right? Trump's proposed cuts to SNAP benefits have, what's the county food bank on high alert, right? This is from the New York Times. An existential threat. Food banks brace for fallout from Trump cuts. And even though that's news in Babylon, even over us here, man, in England, these food bank lines are getting longer and longer and longer, man. Right? Because people are getting more and more comfortable. People are losing more and more of their benefits. You see? It says USDA cuts hit food banks, risking hunger for low-income Americans. And let's be frank, right? These benefits and SNAP benefits, or here, you got what's that thing called, man? It's got a name, but here, they're just benefits that exist over here as well in the UK. The main ones who receive the benefits are these women out here. Women are the ones that are, especially these baby mums, single mums, and all of that think that they don't need no man, and are puffed up and proud and trusting Esau. Well, people gonna see, right? For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, you women at ease. Be troubled, you careless ones. Strip you and make you bare. Gird up sackcloth upon your loins. Yeah, and with that, the reason why you going to be made bare, because you're going to be exposed, and then them sackcloths upon your loins because you're going to be lacking up a mourning state. And all of these goodies and treats, these makeups and wigs and weaves and all that shit that you trust in. And a lot of these bitches out here gonna be looking horrible, man. Gonna be stanking. They're meant for thieves, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. You see? And guess what? If you're not paired up with a man of the Lord, man, you gonna catch hell. Right? It says, this is Isaiah 13 and 12, right? And I'll make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. And that man, right, that's going to be more precious than fine gold is an Israelite man of the elect. Because, where one, Lord willing, we be of that number, going to be mentally stable, spiritually stable, and the Lord's going to have his hedge around us, right, to protect us, and as well, Lord willing, also, I mean, our house, man. You know, like, you know, when we read the scriptures, you know, when it speaks about salvation, you know, like the scriptures also speak about how you and your house shall be saved, man. You see? So the Lord's truly gonna come through and protect his elect. Isaiah 4:1, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat of our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by their name to take away our reproach. And that 7, you know, means represents completion. So it can be any amount of number. You see, because things out here about to, you know, get really bad, especially for these women out here, man, that, you know, trust in their benefits and comforts that they get from their daddy Esau. But when shit goes left, right, when shit out here gets worse, right, they you know, go you know, look for the you know, the Lord's men. But guess what, man? You know, if the Spirit of the Lord isn't upon you, you ain't even gonna have the what's the word? The honor of being around a man of the Lord, man. You see? That's how it's about to be out here, man. Because even for like a lot of men out here, things gonna get bad. You see? So how much more these women out here, man? You know, these women out here, you know, when they're out and like a loud bang happens, they start screaming and running away. So how much more when the lights are off, when there's food shortages, when there's, you know, regional conflicts and martial law and cannibalism and all manner of things, right? See, right now, making a joke, but the price of a box right now, man, is inflated out here in this world. And it's inflated through fucking pride, you know, because of the comfort and safety net they get from Esau. But shit's about things out here like about to get worse, right? Jeremiah 13:6. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all thirst is turned into paleness. So the scriptures here even talking about how men out here gonna be in such, you know, anxiety and pain, like, you know when they speak about being pale-faced with fear, you know, grown men, strong men, you know, gonna be mourning like women that's about to give, you know, birth, you know, because it's gonna be scary out here. Things about to get worse. Oh God, please, you know what I mean? The things about to be too scary. So if men gonna be like that out here in this time, so how much more women out here, man? Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And the he that's gonna be protected in the Jacob's trouble is members of the Lord's elect, starting off with the elect men. All right, now I'm gonna play this clip out here too. I'm gonna play this one out here.
The unemployment rates amongst Black women. So I made a video yesterday about the rising unemployment rates amongst Black women, and the response that I got was definitely very alarming. There were a lot of negative comments, and most of these comments were really coming from Black men who were saying things like it's because Black women have bad attitudes, it's because DEI, it's because AI is taking over, and many of which dismiss the whole thing, like, who cares, nobody cares, it's time for Black women to be taken down a notch. And
which is true, because a lot of us feel that that way. Esau has taught you that you don't need your man, right? And that niggas ain't shit, and much more. And now shit's getting worse. Now you're complaining. Nah, man. You've made that bed. Now you gotta lie in that bed, man. Straight up.
it was really alarming, because the point of me posting that statistic was to get us to think critically about what's really happening.
Nah, you don't want to think critically about what's really happening, because we've been telling you. You've been gassed up. Everything that you've received in the past 50 to 60 years was for the sole purpose of propping you up above your man so that you would feel comfortable disrespecting him. And
yeah, they got them benefits from the serpent, and they trusted in that. But now that serpent is taking away his benefits now, and now you're obviously scared, right? This is Jeremiah 31:22. How long would I go about all thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord have created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man, and that's what's happening. Women feel comfortable now to just completely go around the man's authority, to talk to men like men ain't shit. Now you know what I mean? It's crazy out here. Now these benefits are expiring, and now you're about to catch your hell.
you've been gassed up. Everything that you've received in the past 50 to 60 years was for the sole purpose of propping you up above your man so that you would feel comfortable disrespecting him and not even needing him, which has ultimately resulted in the destruction of your community, your family, and your children. And now you're trying to figure out what's going on. Now that the smoke is cleared, you want to know what's going on. Well, it's very simple. The powers that be no longer need you. It's that simple. You are now in a place where you don't care about being married to the black man. You don't care about his leadership. You don't even care about him raising your sons and daughters properly. Everything that they gave you, from affirmative action to government assistance to government jobs to more access to corporate America, which they don't give us, has given you the attitude that you don't need us, which has ultimately resulted in you unwittingly playing a role in the destruction of your own community. Quite frankly, you made a deal with the devil. Don't be mad at us now that he's back to collect.
Yeah. And it's absolutely right. Like, I mean, I couldn't say it any better myself. You spent all these years trusting in Esau, and now it's backfired on your ass. Right? This is Ecclesiasticus 12:13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any of such as come nigh wild beasts? And Esau's a serpent. Eve back then trusted in the serpent, and Eve now is doing the same thing. But well, guess what? Now that is that serpent's biting you. And now you're complaining that you're complaining that you've been bitten. Too fucking bad. right? It says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, right? Or such as come, any such as come nigh wild beasts, right? So that one that goeth to a sinner is defiled with his sins, defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. Yeah. And for a long time that pact between Eve and the serpent was what's happening, to come against the Jake man. And now as shit's getting worse, shit's expiring, people losing their minds, right? And enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, right? But in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. And that's what's happened. He spoke. The serpent spoke sweetly unto Eve. Eve trusted in it and came against her man. Not and like, and now Eve shocked. Not knowing the source of your fall was you going to the damn serpent, man. It's crazy, man. Right? This is Jeremiah 15 and Jeremiah 15 no, I think Jeremiah 5. Sounds this is where is it? Jeremiah 16 and 3. For thus saith the Lord concerning the sons and concerning the daughters that are born in this place, and concerning the mothers that bear them, and concerning the fathers that begat them in this land, they shall die of grievous deaths. They shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth, and they shall be consumed by the sword and by the famine, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven and for the beasts of the earth. And there was judgments that took place back then, but now it's going to be on steroids now in this time, because the time of trouble that's about to come upon earth that's never been so. And the only way, right, you're going to be stable is if you have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, if you're the Lord's elect. But it's beautiful, man, seeing these benefits and comforts that they've been trusted in on the Esau is expiring, and shit's only gonna get worse, because the future that they thought that they had in this place is dead. It's expiring. It's vanishing before their eyes. Ecclesiastes 12. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, while the sun or light or moon or the stars be not darkened, and the clouds after rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves. And that's what's happening, right? These stock markets and things are crashing. More and more cuts are about to take place, right? The world economy as we know it is about to get worse, right? And the grinders cease because they're few. Yeah, more and more people are losing their jobs, especially women out here, man. You know, like in these lower quality style jobs, and you know these you know what I mean, these DEI flicks, you know, and much more. And those that look out for of the windows be darkened, right? So these, you know, these people who forecast the future, you know, with like their stocks and the global world economy, right? They can only foretell and speak of a dark future that's about to come, and it's only gonna get worse, man. And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, right? So that's what's happening, man. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Yeah, because everything in music as we know it has been brought down into a low estate, man, a low level. Especially because you know what, that time period of mirth, man, is gone out here, man, and it's about to, you know, even be more so, right? This, you know, that whole spirit of mirth and being caught up in this world, and in that whole vein, man, it's about to be totally shut down. And we even saw that with a lockdown, and more lockdowns and shutdowns, and you know, and much more is about to take place, man. And which the only way that you shall be taken care of in this time is if you're the Lord's elect. So anyway, I just wanted to speak on a few points. So with that, I'm gonna say all praises be to how about Shimon Shabbat, Shimon Kakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders, a great most on. Till next time, we're gonna say Shalom.
Bitches nowadays can't even take their shoes off inside of the club because a nigga like this talking to me.
What do you mean, nigga? Like what?
I said, get the fuck out my face, right?
What do you mean?
Bitch ass nigga, get the fuck out my face.
What you mean? Like, I'm bugged. What are you talking about? What do you need, baby? I don't know.
Nigga, you got 3.5 seconds for this high heel going in your motherfucking eye socket.
Go on my eye socket. Why would you do that?
Do you think I'm playing?
Nigga, I ain't worried about nothing, man. You talking about eye socket all night. I ain't tripping on nothing.
Okay, but if I say get out my face and you ain't got out my face, why the fuck you still in my face?
Because I'm trying to figure out why you trying to be so hostile all of a sudden.
Because I don't want to talk to you, bro. Look how close you are to me.
I just walked up. I just walked.
You been walked up, nigga. I said get the fuck away from me 3 times.
I ain't been there.
And you're still here. You shut the fuck up and keep walking.
So I was just trying to talk to you.
No, I don't want to talk to you. Bye. The fuck, weirdo. Your mama, nigga. Your mama, your daddy. I can't hear what the fuck you're saying. Pussy, you're mad because you got rejected. Yeah. The fuck? Ugh, bitch, I hate coming out. I'm going the fuck back inside forever. Forever. Fuck.
You can have some manners.
Like I said, excuse you. What are you talking about?
You can have some fucking manners.
Like I said, excuse you.
You can have some manners.
Like I said, excuse you. What are you talking about?
See what I'm saying, bro?